Hey guys, surprise! I am pregnant with baby number 3. We are very excited about this. I am very saddened because I had some footage of us telling both sets of our parents, and somehow with my pregnancy brain I must have deleted them, and I spent $100 trying to recover them and they just can't be recovered. So I'm gonna try not to cry about that, but I just wanted to stop in before you watch the rest of this video of Sienna and I talking about everything. After editing it, I realized I don't come off as very excited about this baby or happy. Just know I am very excited about this baby. I don't want that to be read wrong at all, but as you will see throughout this video, I have been incredibly sick, incredibly exhausted, and just the mood swings and hormones. I have not been my happy, cheerful, positive self. I've been more negative, and I just don't feel very good emotionally or physically. So just keep that in mind. It's totally normal. This is how my first trimesters are, but it's been a really rough 6 weeks. So please don't watch this and think I'm not excited. I'm so excited. But anyway, let's get to the rest of the video.
Hi guys.
Hey guys.
This is a very special video for us. We're expecting again. Can you believe it? I can't believe it.
3. So we wanted to pop on here. Basically, there's been a lot of speculation, rightfully so.
And you were right. And
yeah.
also, no offense taken. You know, you guys predicted right.
Yeah. Well, yeah. There have been a lot of comments about my lack of cheerfulness and negativity, and am I struggling, and we'll get to that. But I have been so incredibly sick. I had planned on filming so many videos over Christmas break, and yeah, it's just not happening because I am so sick, but we'll get into that more. But yeah, we're 11 weeks pregnant with baby number 3. I just had my first appointment, so I feel we heard the heartbeat. We're going somewhere else this time, so we didn't have an ultrasound, but I felt better hearing the heartbeat. So I guess we don't truly know if it's just one, but we're praying it's just one. But yeah, we know there's a baby in there, and so I feel more confident sharing. But I just appreciate you guys, especially those of you who are like, just, you know, let's not speculate, let's just give them time or whatever, because you just never really know what somebody's going through. And it has been a really rough, like 6 weeks since we found out right before, like a week before Christmas, I think we found out, or a week or two before Christmas. And then like Christmas Day or the day before is when I started to get the nausea. And it's been like 6 weeks of just, it's brutal. Been really bad. And just the exhaustion and having 2 kids and running a daycare and not being able to get the extra rest that I really want to get has been really hard, especially considering I am normally a very motivated, on the go person, and I just feel kind of, I'm not gonna lie, I feel kind of worthless right now. I know I'm making a baby, so that's great. But before you hear the heartbeat and stuff and you're feeling so sick, it just feels like,
what are you doing this for?
What is the point of all this? Yeah. Like, I feel so sick. I can't even play with my kids at night. I'm throwing up. I can't eat supper. I can barely eat, and I can't even eat anything healthy all day. And like, what's the point? But now that we heard the heartbeat, like, that makes me feel a lot better. And I do feel very blessed. So I am going to talk about how hard it's been, but obviously going through infertility before our first child was born, like, we do appreciate especially how easy it was to get pregnant these last 2 times.
Yeah.
And we have some thoughts on why, but we only tried for 2 months for this one, and
yeah,
we had 1 negative test, and then the next time it was positive. So yeah, so we do feel very blessed in that, but I'm not going to sugarcoat things and say it's been all hunky-dory and buttercups and rainbows and unicorns, when it's been extremely hard. And that's something we try to keep things real on our channel. So I'm sorry I'm not my cheerful self. Actually, I'm not sorry because I'm not going to act like I am when I'm not. And pregnancy can be extremely hard, and so I'm not going to sugarcoat it. But we thought we'd just kind of go through some questions you guys are probably wondering now that we've announced this, so we can just answer them now, so we don't have to do like a separate video later on. But did we plan this baby?
Absolutely.
Yes. I will say, you know, if you've been following us, especially last year leading up to the decision to officially try, I was very nervous, mainly because of the first trimester. I knew it was so hard with Bryony, and I'm like, how am I going to do this with 2 kids now? And so, yeah, it has been hard, and that was fulfilled, but I'm surviving, and I do know it will get better, so I'm just holding on to that right now.
Fingers.
I wish I remembered when it got better with Bryony. I didn't ever write that down, but hopefully in a couple weeks I'll be feeling back to, you know, my energetic self. So when am I due? Either August 20th or August 23rd if you're going off of period date or conception date. So the doctor, they think we're gonna go with August 20th because I know the conception date. So and knowing me, I stay pregnant forever and get induced at like 42 weeks. But because Celia is starting kindergarten the first week of September, and you know, if you have an August baby, you get to choose if you want them to go to kindergarten right when they turn 5 or right after they turn 6. And with Bryony, we don't have that choice. So with this baby, I'd really like that choice. So I'm gonna push for an August 30th induction, because I'll already be like over 41 weeks at that point, and we pretty much know based on my history I will not go into labor on my own until it's unsafe. So that's what our plan is, so that we can have an August baby and not be in the hospital when Celia starts kindergarten, because I would be absolutely devastated, and I think it would be so hard for her to be starting that and have a brand new baby and not be at home, and I just don't want that for her. So this baby and Bryony, sorry, our cat is like falling off furniture. Bryony and this baby will be about 2.5 to 3 weeks. Their birthdays will be 2.5 weeks to 3 weeks apart, which is kind of crazy. We did not plan that really. We just decided we were ready to start trying and didn't think it would happen that fast. So how long did we try? We tried for 2 months. Do you want to share why you think, in case it might help somebody?
Okay, I'm gonna get real here, get raw with you guys.
So, and
literal guys, because
well, just wait. So to preface, if you haven't watched our other videos about infertility, we had male factor infertility. Sian had 0% morphology, which means that all of the sperm were misshapen, and that our chances of conceiving on our own were basically 0. But
so I work in a hot kitchen, and that means sometimes some areas get very, very sweaty and stuff like that. So yeah, you know, the one I was using a lot was Gold Bond.
Well, you didn't say what you were.
I was in that area, you know, the junk. You know,
he was putting.
I was putting it there, you know, between my legs, because it keeps it cooler, doesn't sweat, no chafing. That's kind of the whole point of it.
Yeah.
And then, you know, with Celia, like we didn't know what was going on. And I think we just got lucky with her with that, because I was still using it then.
Yeah, we must have
we thought it was like other things, but I really am starting to believe it was the Gold Bond body powder that did it. And then with Bryony,
and maybe not just Gold Bond, but just
some
body powder in general.
But I think I really believe
now.
Because when Bryony was conceived, I had stopped using that altogether, and that was just like
we weren't
out of
even
nowhere.
really trying.
I mean, she wasn't a mistake by any means, but
but we weren't.
And then this time. Again, still haven't used it in a while, and it happened.
Took 2 tries,
so
that's all we can think of.
That's probably what we're pinpointing it to right now.
Yeah. So if you have male factor infertility and your man is putting anything in that area, maybe have him
The only thing
stop.
I really would suggest using would just be cornstarch, because that's
that's food safe.
Food
and everything.
safe. Yeah.
Okay. So how have I been feeling?
I'll answer too.
How have you been feeling?
For you.
Oh, do you want to answer for me?
Not for you, but you can say how you feel.
So I've been feeling mostly like death. Like, okay, so it's for a while it was nausea all day long, like retching or whatever that's called, like dry heaving, and then throwing up a lot at night, in the middle of the night, before bed, trying to take my prenatals and all that, throwing up. And then I also got norovirus while pregnant in my first trimester. That's the second time that's happened. I had it also with Bryony during the first trimester, and can I just say, norovirus on its own is really bad. And having that with the incredible nausea and exhaustion took me out for quite a few days. So if you've seen some of the vlogs where I talked about how sick I was, that's part of the reason why it really hit me hard. But I've been taking, because I knew with Bryony I took Unisom at night, the sleep tabs, and it would help me a lot. Well, I've been taking that at night now for a couple weeks, and it does help most of the day, but then by like 3 or 4 p.m. it just hits me so hard. I can't stand the thought of food, trying to cook for the girls. Like when he's been at work, I like throw up while I'm trying to cook for them, or I'm like constantly, I'm trying not to get sick talking about it, but
yeah.
So the past few days or week, I've tried taking another half a Unisom midday, and it's helped me not throw up, but I still haven't been able to eat most days for supper. So normally I don't eat anything.
She doesn't eat with us at all, so
I can't even be near the food.
I don't make her anything.
The smell is awful.
I'll ask her, but
yeah, so it's been really, really hard. And the exhaustion has been really, really hard. I have no motivation to do anything, which is not like me at all. So I'm trying to put it in perspective and know that like my body's working really hard right now. But it's hard when I had these all these videos I wanted to film, but I don't have any motivation to do them besides like this to announce to you guys. But it's been really hard.
Yeah, and it's just hard like watching her like not being able to eat or really do anything, you know. It's not like it's like she's here but she can't help like wrangle the kids up, like help serve dinner, etc. So I've been stepping up a lot to take care of like more things and stuff like that. Baths specifically
is so hard for me.
You know, doing more laundry around the house because you know, she's here all day. She usually took care of that, and just trying to be more tidy, clean up after everybody more, you know. So it's been tough.
Yeah, normally the girls, we lay them down and I just go right to bed. Like I can't even shower at night because I passed out.
7 o'clock and she's like, I gotta go lay down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, then I'm up by myself for like the next couple hours because I'm not going to bed yet. So
yeah, and I have not been getting up at 4 like I normally do. I've been getting up at like 5:30, so I haven't, you know, been able to edit videos. So it's just been, there's a reason why last time we took a couple months off before we announced, because I've been trying to like push out content and act like nothing's happening, but like it's pretty obvious I'm not my normal self. So yeah. Will we find out the gender?
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
However, I've always said, can we not find out for one time? And she's like, you can not find out.
Wait,
I said, well, if you're gonna find out, I want to know, because it's not fair, because she's gonna have to keep that from me then, and I don't think she could do that, honestly.
But yeah, we're gonna find out. We're actually gonna find out about 5 weeks earlier than the 20-week ultrasound, because with both girls, during the 20-week ultrasound, the babies both had choroid plexus cysts on their brain, which is totally harmless, but it's a marker of trisomy 18. So with both girls, we had a couple weeks where we were in between waiting to do a more more thorough ultrasound to see if the cyst was still there and to see if there's any other markers. With Celia, the cyst was gone and it was fine. With Bryony, the cyst was still there. So then we had to do a blood test. So it was a few weeks of like worrying that our baby might have trisomy 18 and might be stillborn and all this stuff. And I really want to avoid that. So we just decided to do that test. I think it's called Maternity 21 or something. It's just a blood test on the mom at about 15 weeks. And they can collect some of the DNA from the baby so they can see if there's any chromosomal abnormalities. It's not as like, it's not like a thorough test like an amniocentesis or something would be, but it also is like totally harmless to the baby because they're just drawing my blood. And so we'll also find out the gender through that. So we will be finding out about 5 weeks earlier, and I feel more confident because it's DNA. So we'll know for sure, whereas sometimes they can get it wrong with the ultrasound.
Yeah.
What are we hoping to have?
So we think that, and it's silly correlation, but because we've had 2 girl dogs in the past, we no longer have Lucy. I think we've mentioned that before.
Yeah, she's with another family.
She's with another family. She's happy. We no longer have those 2. They were girls, but now we have a boy cat. So maybe,
It'll be a boy.
Maybe a boy. Who knows? But I'm hoping for a boy because it's our last. And obviously we're happy with whatever.
Yeah,
you know, like,
I mean, I cared more with Bryony. I wanted a boy more with Bryony than I really care now, which is kind of funny. Having 2 girls, you'd think I'd really want a boy. If I had to pick, I honestly don't know what I would pick, because
I don't really care.
I'm just excited either way.
Being a guy, you know, you hope you have a son someday.
Right. I mean, I would probably pick a son for Sand, but the thought of 3 girls too. Like, we already know what we're doing with girls, and
Yeah, I can't
the
imagine.
thought of 3
it's-
sisters
yeah.
is pretty awesome to me too. So honestly,
Yeah, I already lost all my hair, so it doesn't matter.
yeah, I don't really care. But we do plan for this to be our last, just because
For sure.
pregnancy is so hard on me. If we have more children, it will be through other avenues,
means,
like
yeah.
adoption or whatever.
For
But
sure.
I don't
Which,
plan
you know,
to carry any
We
more
still
children.
like the idea. Who knows where life will take us, but
Right.
it's definitely something we have talked about.
Yeah, but I
But
don't
this
know.
is it for
I
me.
don't know how people have
Yeah.
like the
And
Duggars
it's-
who have 21
especially because,
kids.
like, if
I couldn't do it.
It maybe had she had different
Pregnancy.
for
If I had
pregnancies,
really easy
like
pregnancies,
if it was a
yeah.
breeze and no other complications,
Then I
maybe
probably would have
maybe.
more.
But like, I felt great at 2, but 3, I'm like, okay, 3.
Yeah, 3 is my
So,
lucky number, so
yeah,
it just
so I
feels
think-
right.
This is probably it.
Will I take time off? I plan to take 8 weeks off. By the time this video goes up, all my daycare families will know. I've really been waiting on that to make sure I tell them first, but I want to know for sure the baby was in there and everything. So
Yeah.
I plan to take 8 weeks off. So like basically September and most of October. And it's unpaid through daycare, so
Right.
we have to save
And
up
I
for that.
also plan on taking like more time off than I normally do.
like
so
2 weeks.
well, that was better than the last one.
No, you took 2 weeks
did?
with Bryony, yeah.
I don't remember well.
Yeah, you took them
I
spread
have
out though.
an incredible amount of sick pay to
Yeah.
use, so
So, yeah. And any name ideas? We'll probably do a separate video, but
I don't know.
we had the names Gwen or Guinevere and Eden
Yep.
for Bryony, and then didn't
And then
go with
for
those at all.
boys, we have
We like Harrison.
Mhm.
We like Asher.
Weston.
Weston. I don't know. None of them feel like the name though. So
No.
we've been collecting. So if you
But-
guys have any names
Yeah,
that go with
especially if,
Bryony or
like,
Celia.
Boy names.
Yeah, boy names are hard. Like girl names, I find a bazillion of them I love.
Yeah.
That go really well. Like with the middle names, we want either Rose because roses are really important to
Your
like
family.
my mom, and we had their farm was named Rose Manor Farm, and so I really like that. And my mom's name is Valerie, and I just don't think it makes the best middle name, so
Yeah.
we'll go with Rose
And we don't want
instead.
that as a first name either.
Right.
So-
And then my grandma's name is Eileen,
Yeah.
so we love like Guinevere Rose or Eden Eileen.
That rolls
And
off the
then
tongue
all
really
the
well, too.
boys were pretty much gonna go with the middle name of Casey, which is my
Right.
dad.
And
so
then we usually, and like maybe with, like as we did with Brian, we had the second Lau middle
yeah,
name.
we'll
We'll probably do that too
with a girl.
with the girl.
The boy will have
yeah,
the
the boy will
Lau
have the last name,
so,
so it's not that big. I don't
Yeah.
want a junior either. So.
no. So
No.
yeah, if you guys have any names that are more like old-fashioned, unique, but not completely out there, but I think people thought Bryony was completely out there because they have never heard
Yeah.
of it. But when most people when they hear it and they're like, oh, I really like that, but they've
Yeah.
never heard of it before. Whereas
like
we
today,
had,
I took her to a play place, and they're like, Bryony, that's a beautiful name. I'm like, yeah.
yeah. So
We think so too.
Yeah, and we like unique names, but not like completely made up. More like old-fashioned European names, stuff like that. So.
Yeah.
Let us know if you guys have any other questions. Our plans for the channel are to
Do our best.
do our best. I have big plans when I'm feeling better. There's so many videos I want to film when I'm feeling better, but that is not right now. So we'll
Yeah.
keep you posted. We're just happy we can finally talk about it, so I don't have to be secretive about it
Yep.
anymore. But yeah, thank you guys so much for bearing with us, and especially for those of you who are really kind about it. And I'm human. I'm not perfect, and even if I wasn't pregnant, we all go through
Highs
ups
and
and
lows.
downs, and there's so much we've gone through in our life personally that we've never shared and never will. So I think it's just good to remember, like, you never really know what's going on behind the scenes of somebody, and just be careful what you say. Yeah, so just be kind to one another, as Ellen says. So
Yep.
anyway, thank you
Thanks,
guys. Bye.